What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Bad Podcast. Brad, what are we talking about today, brother? Besides these awesome spectacles we got on
Hey,
today.
got the Blu-ray specs on, man. I gotta look the part, baby. I gotta look the part.
I love it. I love it, man.
I got a good quote from Oprah Winfrey. Breathe,
Mm,
let go, and remind yourself that this very moment is the only one you know you have for sure.
mm. Big dropping the breadcrumbs, baby. I love it.
And I'm
All
chasing
right,
it.
let's get it, man. Let's have a good one.
Hey, good job, guys. Good job. Mental battles. Mental battles.
Hey, man, eat some air for life, baby. What up? What up? What up? See, I took mine off already. Mine were a little dirty. So
Hey, I'm gonna skip to the "Did you know" segment. I
okay.
can't see my hand right here. If I don't have my glasses on, I can't see my hand. I'm gonna
There
keep
we
these babies
go.
on.
There we go.
I'll
Brad
be
is
I'll be
officially
talking like this, and hey, everybody, good to see you.
Brad is officially legally blind without his glasses. We got
Yeah,
it. We got
yeah.
it, man. So listen, bro. Super excited to be back here another
Mhm.
week, man. Excited about what we got going on with this podcast and
Yeah.
all the feedback, man. And like we do, we want to read a couple of the comments. The
Yes.
first one says, "Such a great episode that definitely hits home. Watching this during Blitz week, and I am for sure needed the let me let me get my
Fill in the
glasses back
blank.
out. Recalibration
Mm.
before next week because I am my own accountability partner, ready to hit next week with new goals. So shout out to you. Glad we're able to inspire you during Blitz week.
Yeah.
If you're watching this is the Monday that you can sign up for E2M.
Mhm.
E2M is live. If you've never heard of E2M, go to e2m.com and check it out. One more quote said, "Yes, definitely me trying to teach myself to think differently. This podcast is really helpful." So shout out to y'all, man. Drop in the comments. We appreciate all the love. We
Mhm.
really do appreciate it. Continue to do that. Continue to share. So B, let's talk about it, man. Miss Oprah Winfrey with a fire quote, man, and let's chop it up. Let's get into it.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody knows that we pre-record these podcasts, and today's Monday, right? Today's Monday. It's day one of a brand new E2M 8-week challenge. So we're gonna tie all of this together. We're gonna tie the quote in together. We're gonna tie the nightly message in together,
I love
and we're gonna put it all together. So today's a day where nearly 10,000 people will embark on a journey. Right? They're
it.
trying to change their life. All right. One of the biggest steps, one of the first steps is allowing yourself to believe in the person you are today and free yourself of who you were yesterday. And I
Mm,
think a lot of times what happens is we get so distracted on our past failures and our past victories and that past, just our past self in general, that we forget to focus on what's right in front of us. And that pretty much, that essentially sums up what Oprah's quote was talking about. You have this moment, and that's the only thing that you know. That's the only thing
mm.
that you know that you have is this moment, and you have to be able to relish in that moment and be present.
Yeah, no, that's fire, man. It's easier said than done,
Oh,
because
absolutely.
we, even myself, found myself dwelling on and I'm glad you mentioned both victories and losses, with
Yeah.
dwelling on, something in the past.
Hmm.
And this is a new 8 weeks for those returning E2M clients and for those that are new to the podcast, new to E2M. The thing about embarking on something new, like Brad mentioned, you have to have that idea that I haven't done this before, because
Hmm.
this was my issue. I was like, is this something else I've done? Like, is this like P90X? Is this
Yep.
like the other fella? Is this like this? You know, when you starting, especially with E2M, I can't speak for all the other guys, but when you starting with us, this is nothing like you ever experienced. And so you have to have that open mind to be able to step into this moment And like kind of like Oprah said, man, take that breath and relish where you are
Mhm.
right now, man. So
Yeah.
definitely, right back on your piggyback on that
Mhm.
for sure.
Yeah, you talk about an open mind, Dwayne. That's one of the biggest elements here. Is so many people have this closed mindset where they think I've only been able to run for 5 minutes without stopping. Well, that may have been 2 years ago. That may have been 10 years ago. All right, you're too focused on who you were, and you're not allowing yourself an opportunity to be present, to be right here, and allow yourself that growth aspect. I had a conversation with a lady this morning, a lady that I work with. She asked me. She says, "Are you that E2M guy?" I said, "I'm that E2M guy." And people see my picture on the big screen and all that. Are you that E2M guy? Yes, I'm that guy. But she said, I was looking into it one time, and a couple of years ago, and I didn't do it because I didn't like some of the vegetables or something along those lines. And I said, well, you have to be open minded, because when you take on a challenge, say like a fitness nutrition challenge like this, like you can't shackle yourself to limiting what you consume, limiting what you can produce. You have to get out there and have an open mind and say, I will try X, Y, and Z. There's
Mm.
no way. She said she tried it for a day. There's no way she tried every vegetable on that list in one day. Okay, maybe she doesn't like green beans. Maybe she doesn't like broccoli. Maybe she doesn't like asparagus. Maybe she doesn't like red peppers. Okay, but you allow yourself that open mind and say, I'll try.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll
Mhm.
try. Okay, and
Mhm.
then we start to make these decisions that push us along that journey, and then all of a sudden we're 10 days in and we're still going. We're
Mhm.
20 days in,
Mhm.
we're still going. We're 30 days in, we're still going. We're 2 years in, like my man Eddie. We're two
Yeah,
and a half
man.
years in, and we're still going. Why? Because we have an open mind. We're allowing ourselves to be present. We're not worried about the past. And you said it, Dwayne. We're not worried about those past failures, but also we're not being consumed by those past victories.
Right.
The past success is the only thing that's scarier than past failures. That's the
For
only
sure.
thing that's scarier than past failure.
No.
Past failures.
No, for sure,
Yeah.
man, for sure. But I want to go back. I
Sorry.
like that direction, but I want to go back a little bit because speaking of that lady, my older cousin, but pretty much I call him my brother. We call each other brothers. Known each other all our lives. He joined E2M. Before he joined, he was like, what vegetables on that list? He said, yeah. I said, what vegetables do you like? He said, I think I like corn and a
Potatoes.
salad, and that's about it. I was like, for real? He's like, yeah, man. I don't like vegetables. I don't like. I
Mhm.
said, okay, do me this favor, man. I said, just try it, bro. Like, I even threw in a little money incentive because he's a truck driver. I said, bro, if you're not satisfied with your results, I will refund you your money personally. Like, I'll pay it out of my own pocket.
Yeah.
Fast forward, bro, week 7. He called me and said, "Hey, can you believe I'm driving down this road eating asparagus straight out of like just
Yes.
raw, just like."
I don't know about the raw boy. I don't know about the
Hey,
raw asparagus, but hey, all the power to
hey,
you.
he was eating asparagus. He was like, "I never in my life have I done this, man." But it was having an open mind, man. He
Yeah.
he trusted me enough, and he took the steps, and he every couple of days his wife was like, can you believe it, he eating green beans, can you believe it, he eating pepper, like he was
Yeah.
just, his list was growing as he
Yeah.
went on, man. So big shout out to my big bro Terry, man. I don't know if
Terry,
he
big
even,
shout out, baby.
yeah, man, big shout out to him, man, because I watched him go from corn and maybe a salad to
Yeah.
riding down the road eating asparagus, man. but
That's
but to go
incredible.
back to what you're talking about, man, when it comes to those wins, because we talked about this in previous episode. You finishing a Ironman, me accomplishing a lot of goals, and how that moment kind of will cause you to pause. It'll cause you to
Yeah.
freeze up.
Mhm.
And not saying you can't enjoy the victory,
Sure.
because we after the game, you enjoy the victory,
Yeah.
but it's the
Mhm.
NBA. There's 100+ games. You can't
Sure.
you can't jump up and Michael Jordan fist bump
Yeah.
after every win. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to come back
Yeah.
the next night and play again, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
your fitness journey is, it's like I say, it's like the NBA, man. You just,
Mhm.
hey, give everybody a high five, hit
Yep.
the locker room, and get back to work.
Yeah, it's a 365-day season, Dwayne,
Yes,
and
sir.
you absolutely can celebrate with the big massive goals that you achieve, but you can't. There has to be short lived. You reach something like a Ironman or a marathon or a weight loss goal or something like that, or maybe it's a business decision that you've made or a personal relationship goal that you've met. You celebrate, but then you ask yourself what's next,
Yep.
and that's what takes those greats, the Michael Jordans, the Tiger Woods. That's what takes those greats from just that mediocre to that level of greatness, because they don't sit and relish in their past victories, man. Hey, that was a good win. what's
Mm,
what's what's next? All right,
mhm,
and
mhm.
then that's one of those things that you have to remind yourself on a daily basis, that this opportunity that I have right directly in front of me is the only thing that matter. Whatever happened yesterday doesn't matter. Whatever past victories I have, whatever past failures I have, they essentially don't matter. What I
Yep.
have right directly in front of me is the only thing that I should have complete focus on.
Yeah, no, no, that's spot on, bro. That's we have to, and that's how we continue to grow. That's how we continue to progress. And especially, like we're talking about embarking on a brand new journey. This is a brand new thing, man.
Yeah,
Whatever you did last round, if you're OG, whatever you did in the past, if you're new to the program, hey, that was cool. That was great.
yeah, you set the
Let
bar.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Let's push off from there, man. Let's make it a starting block, not a
Yeah.
stumbling block.
I like that. I like that, man, and maybe that should be the title of this podcast. I like that. Be the starting block, not the stumbling block. I like that, man. But one of the things that I try to preach in all of my classes, all right, because what happens a lot of times is people cut themselves short. People cut themselves short because they tell themselves they can't do something today because they couldn't do it yesterday, and they
Mm,
cut themselves short. I'm not asking you to be an expert. I'm not asking you to be perfect. All right, I'm just telling you to believe in your abilities and try your hardest. That's going to be enough. If you try your absolute hardest, that's going to be enough. If you're focused on this moment, that's going to be enough. You
right.
don't have to you don't have to worry about what happened on a Tuesday. You don't have to worry about what happened on a Sunday. You don't have to worry about what happened on a Friday. Okay? Be right here. Be
Mhm.
right here, stay focused right here, and this is the only thing that you can control. I'm one of the biggest. I'm one of the worst things. I'm one of the worst guys when it comes to staying focused. We talked about my Ironman. Like I rode that high for 3-4 months, man. I'm like, all
Right.
right, I'm an Iron Man. I'm an Iron Man. Well, all of a sudden, I was starting to see my fitness slip away, my mindset slip away. And I got weak, man. I got
Yep.
vulnerable, and it kind of took me way back, but same thing with failure. If I lose a hockey game, we had a playoff hockey game this past Sunday, and we lost, and
Mm,
still a little bit bitter. But
yeah.
you can't sit there and dwell on those past failures or past victories. You have to be able to bounce back, and that's something that's difficult to obtain. And I think one of the answers to that is make small goals every day. Those
Yeah.
mile markers we talk
Yeah.
about, make
Yeah.
small goals every day, and just make sure that you can cross those tasks off on a daily basis. Get a gallon of water in. Eat 2 meals with some green vegetables.
Yeah.
Get out of bed at 5 a.m. Get out of bed at 5 a.m. See how well you do at 5 a.m. All right,
Yeah.
man. It's an amazing thing when you can start your day off early and on 2 feet. Just on the right foot.
Yeah, no, that's fire, man. So my mentality, I played corner in high school, so I have a short term memory when it comes to losses.
Got it.
That's something they teach you as a corner. You get beat on the play, you can't put your head down because there's another play coming.
Yeah.
So that's been my approach to losses. It does sting in the moment,
Hmm.
but I try to keep that short term memory, man. Like, hey, it's over. There ain't nothing I can do about it. Ain't nothing I can change about it. I just keep moving, man.
Yeah.
And that's kind of been my approach. And then also, kind of a eureka moment for me. And this is for people that complain. Because a lot of times we either complain or we point the finger or we make excuses. A eureka moment for me was I forgot who it was. It might have been a commentator, but he said, "I've never seen a ref change his call because somebody went and talked to him."
Yeah.
I
Yep.
was like, bro, like when I heard that, like I don't like that just changed my whole mindset. Like
Mhm.
everything was like the lights came on. I was like, why?
Yeah.
Why am I going to complain? Why am I gonna
Mhm.
make an excuse? It's not going to change anything. Only thing is going to change is the time frame I just spent doing it, but when I can be, doing something productive, man.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
those are kind of two things that you can kind of think about.
Mhm.
Even if it was a loss, forget about it.
Yep.
If,
Yep.
if you did have things, kids, life, whatever, don't complain about it.
Yep.
Don't even waste your time. Just keep moving forward, man. So that's kind of my two approaches on that kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah. Control what you can control, right? Too
Yes.
way
Yes.
too many times, man, we're worried about what he's doing. I can't control what he's doing. I'm worried about what she's doing. I can't control what she's doing. I'm worried about the traffic. I can't control the traffic. I can't control the weather. I can't control the outcome of my work day. But what I can control is my actions. I
Yep.
can
Yep.
control my actions, and I preach that to my kids on a daily basis. And for anybody that doesn't know, I'm a K through 12 physical education teacher. So I preach to my kids all day long because I mean, I got teenagers. Man, I
Oh
got
yeah.
teenagers.
That's all you
Hey,
gotta say.
yeah, yeah. They'll walk through the door, moping. I'm like, hey, it's a great day. What's going on? Oh, it's raining out. Yeah, but I can't control that. I can't.
Nope.
But what I can control is how I am productive in that day, how
Yep.
I respond to adversity in that day, how
Yep.
I take on those actions in that day. That's the only thing I can control, Dwayne.
That's right.
I'm not worried about the weather. I'm not worried about, well, my lunch fell on the floor. I'll go buy another one.
I'd be
Okay.
bummed a little bit though. I ain't even
Yeah.
gonna front.
All right. Rewind, take that bit out. If it's my
Look,
lunch, I might be
especially if
upset.
it's an E2, especially with the E2M kitchen meal, could I?
No doubt. That's gonna be some good stuff. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, yep. No, hey, I before I forget this, and I wanna jump right to the end of this podcast because you said something about an official, and I had this great pitch for the "Do You Know" segment. So I want to jump to the end, Dwayne.
Let's do
Do,
it.
do do the thing, man. Do the
Do
thing.
the thing. Here we go. Let me get my mouse right. Hold on. You caught me off guard.
Do you know?
All right. What's the do
All
you
right.
know moment?
So I had to jump to this because I'm one of those guys that like chases squirrels. I'm like that dog that chases squirrels. So if I didn't bring this up right now, I would totally forget. You talked about an official, okay? And I umpired baseball for 21 years. I was a I
Wow.
was a I was a very good umpire. I did several high school playoff games throughout my career. All stars. I mean, almost every year after I was 16 years old, I was doing all stars at elite levels. I did some college ball. I did some professional baseball. I even had a chance to do a World Series. So, do you know I was in a World Series? I got to umpire a World Series. Got to do the championship game. It was awesome.
Wow.
But you talk about that officiating. I've dealt with parents. I've dealt with players. I've dealt with coaches. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! You're terrible, and you got to change that call. I'm not
Nope.
changing my call. This is what I
Nope.
this is what I saw. This is what I saw. I called him out. I called him safe. Like that's what I called. Like
Yep.
like you said, man. Like and it, oh my goodness, dude. I could go down a deep dark path
Do
on
it.
this because I'm going to. So you're up to bat and you have three strikes before you strike out. You get three strikes. First strike, I call it a strike. Kid, oh, you got to be kidding me! Right then and there, he's out of the game.
He's out.
He's
He's
out of the
done.
game mentally because he has defeated himself.
Yep.
He's allowed himself for an external factor to consume his actions.
Yep.
All right, so he's up there with one strike, and he's mad about the first strike. Second strike, he just takes a wild cut, out of control. He's out of control. He's not thinking. His mind's not there. Why?
Yep.
Because he let an external factor control his actions in that moment. All right, then strike three comes and boom, he strikes out. Those two strikes had nothing to do with me.
Nope.
But it all started with me because he allowed he allowed me to creep into his mind. He allowed
Mm.
me to over or consume all of the thoughts and all the actions that he had in that batter's box. And the same thing with a coach. I've seen it, I don't know, 100 times where a coach will be furious about one call. And then there's 4 or 5 plays that go by, and he's missed 2 or 3 crucial points in the game because he was so consumed with that past bad call.
Yep.
I'm not changing my call. Move
Nope.
on.
Nope.
And that's how we have to pursue life. That's how we have to pursue fitness. You had a bad day, move on. You had a bad hour, move on.
Yep.
Like it's as simple as that. And you know, it sounds so simple to say it, but you know, like I said, man, you have control of everything that you do in a day. Whether you're having a bad day or a great day, just take control of your actions and put good quality things in your life, and intentionally, man. We
Yeah.
talk about being intentional.
Yeah.
Intentionally.
Yes. I love it, man. I love it. Cause I, before that moment, I was a pretty good referee debater.
Oh man.
I was pretty good at it, I had them thinking for a second because my approach is different. Like I didn't yell, I didn't argue. I was really like, hey man, like, that kind of looked like, but it never changed. As sweet as because I'm very convinced, and I used to be in recruiting. As sweet as I made it, he might have even agreed with me, but he's not going to change the call.
Right.
Because I even had that happen this weekend in my daughter's game. There was 3 seconds left, and they inbound the ball. Nobody touched the ball, and the buzzer went off. And I said, "Excuse me, sir. Don't this buzzer? Don't the clock start when somebody touched the ball?" Yeah, you're right. Oh, well, okay. All right. Have a good day.
Sayonara. Yep.
But yeah, so that everything we're talking about, man, it all lines up. And I guess I'll throw a do you know in there as well, because I actually have. So I've never been. I'm not on Brad's level of World Series, but. When I studied phys ed in school, I did get certified as a referee, and I did some football and some basketball, rec league, of course.
But no only in rec league.
Yeah, man. So
no only. There's no only in rec league. The rec league's harder than any other league, man. Because everybody's going from rec league to the big league. They're going from rec league to the NBA, from rec league to the NFL. I know, I see it, man.
Yes, sir. But no, man, this is dope, bro. Great way to end it. So glad that we can come together, man, and just talk stuff through, man. Just give people pointers. I think a lot of people want to get a lot out of it, man. Just letting go, starting where you are right now, moving forward, man. And so, anything you want to say before we hit that exit button?
Hey, use that baseline for a start line, not a stumble line.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.